one thing is that when you're teaching writing, promoting a growth mindset, I think, is really integral to writing. I haven't ever really called it that, but you could step into my classroom on any given day in English 111 in particular, and you will hear me talking about how writing is a process, how that process is going to involve making mistakes and then making it better over and over and over again. And that's what writing is. You don't ever just, and there is this amazing essay that it took you 1 hour to write. That's just not ever going to happen. It doesn't work that way really for anybody. Um, and so just kind of talking about revision all throughout the semester. I build revision opportunities into all of my assignments. Now, that's not to say that I offer them redos. I actually don't. Hardly ever. I can't say that I never do because I have, but I almost never actually present students with the opportunity to do an assignment again once it's been graded. But I do build opportunities for revision and feedback into every assignment so that at least once, if not several times before they actually turn in their final draft to me, they've been required to have somebody else look at it, give them feedback, change it, and then do that again once or twice or three times, because again, writing is a process and it's going to take mistakes and it's going to take revision. And so there's always going to be something that you can keep and that you can build on to make it better. That sounds like the same thing as what the lady in the video is talking about with the growth mindset, that you're never saying, oh, this was completely wrong and you're dumb and, it's over now. But rather it's more of a not yet kind of a thing where, we look at the essay and the question might be, would you get an A on the essay if you turned it in right now? And the answer is, well, not yet, but here we can do this next thing. Keep this works, and build on it to do this other thing, whatever it is. And, another thing I do is I often will begin a lesson about a new concept by talking about the things that they have probably, and I say probably because we all have different educational experiences, but many of them have already learned about this particular concept in high school somewhere. So I'll say, now we're taking this and we're going to build on that a bit. You already have this skill. You came into this classroom with this level of skill, and now we're just going to make it better. I try not to ever really present to them a new concept by telling them that this is some brand new thing that they're going to have never heard of before. Most of the time I'll point out, like, you probably are already doing this and you just didn't know what it was called. Or you are probably already working on this and you just didn't know that you were doing it that way. So I'll often tell them, now we're just going to give you the vocabulary to talk about it, and we're going to give you the opportunity to understand that there are strategies that you can employ to do better than you've done before. And I'll tell them, it's not about how smart you are. It's not about whether you have all these skills or not. It's about, we all have brains that kind of process things in much the same way. And here are some strategies that you can use. And I'll give them 10 different strategies for proofreading. And I'll tell them, pick whichever ones work best for you. And so I think that, that promotes a growth mindset in the way that you're starting with where you are and who you are and what you're capable of, and recognizing that those are all good things that you can build on and just add these strategies, whichever ones work best for you individually. That's why I give so many, 10 different strategies. There's bound to be one or two that work for every student that's in the class. And just kind of emphasizing that you're building on something. We're not starting from scratch. You're building on your own ability.